Okay, so you're in full control of the way that your life turns out, right? Your life is what you make it, and you are the creator. You are the magician, you are the writer, you are the programmer, you are the director, you are everything, right? You are everything. If you think about a movie, you're everything in that movie, yeah? You're the actor, you're the writer, director, whatever I said, yeah? And the same with the book. However you want to personally connect to it. I like looking at life personally as a game, right? Because then that makes it fun for me. And what you really get to do is you get to think about, okay, well, how can I make it fun for me? And then how can I start to shift things in a fun way for me that connects with my playful side? Because that's really a huge part of the magic, is the play, right? Imagination, play, laughter, fun, all of that stuff, yeah? And it's really important that you remember that you are the creator of your own reality. Hello, whoever's hopped on, nice to see you, sending you love. So it's really important to remember this, right? And first and foremost, there's a few different elements to this, and we go into this deeper in my membership. However, I'm going to give you the outliners here so you can work with this and move forward with this from this video, yeah? So first and foremost, it's the mind, yeah? It's the mind. The mind is what projects out, and what we focus on, we get. What we focus on grows. So if we are noticing that shit is happening in our life and it's just a whirlwind of shit and tornadoes, right? What we really get to do is we really get to sit back and zoom out and look at the way our mind's working. Look at the way that it's thinking, look at the way that we're speaking, look at the story that we're telling, yeah? Because most of the time, if we're experiencing a whirlwind of shit, and if we're experiencing things that we don't desire to experience, it comes back to the mind. It comes back to what we're thinking. It comes back to the way we're speaking about ourselves, about others, about our lives, yeah? So first it comes to reprogramming our mind. Now, the way in which I started to reprogram my mind was through gratitude. That was the easiest thing for me because there's always something to be grateful for, yeah? We can always flip things round to gratitude. So I remember this one time, I used to work in the city. I'm from London. If any of you think I'm from Australia, most people here do, in Bali when they meet me. I literally met an English person yesterday and he thought I was from Australia. I just started laughing. It's hilarious. Anyway, I used to work in the city in London. I used to work at Canary Wharf, and for in the banking industry, I was a corporate banker, yeah? My soul was being sucked. Anyway, let's go back. So I was on my way via the tube, and this was when I first started my journey. So just picture me, I had bright pink hair, and I just started to learn about the power that we have, the power of our minds, the power of our thinking, and also the laws of the universe. And like I said, I like to look at life as a game. I like to play. So when I learned about the laws of the universe, I started to play with it because, all right, okay, if it works, let's see if it works. Because what's happening is these laws are always working, but most of the time, people are living unconsciously, which is what I was living before I started my journey. That's why I say consciously create your life. Because most of the time people are unconsciously creating their lives because they don't realize how powerful they are, right? So when we consciously create our life, we start to bring the power back to us and we start to direct our thinking, our energy, our words, our intentions, our actions towards what we desire to consciously create, yeah? So I started to learn this information and I started to play. And imagine me, bright pink hair, on the tube in London. If you know what the tube is like in London, it's full of people that just don't want to go to work. They're unhappy. They're just the looks on their face. And I'd play around with it and I'd catch someone's eye and I'd be like, hi, and they'd smile back. And this was the law of attraction, the law of vibration, matching the energy that I was putting out. So then I started to play more. Anyway, there was this time where I was walking through Stratford, because I'd get on one train, I'd get off on one platform and have to walk to another platform, and I was stuck behind a slow walker. Now, if I want to go somewhere, I'm not so much that bad now. I'm hardly anywhere near as bad as I was at all. Anyway, I was stuck behind this slow walker, and I was getting really annoyed because I'm like, why are you walking so slow? Why are you walking so slow? And then I noticed myself creating this uncomfortable internal environment. Because that's what we do, right? Is these thoughts come up that create feelings that are not nice, yeah? And we're in control of these thoughts. And we're also in control of these feelings, yeah? We may not be in control of when these feelings come up. However, we're in control of how we process these feelings. And this is the point of internal alchemy, which we go deeper into in my membership. This is the point of consciously creating our lives, is really becoming aware of the emotions that we're experiencing so we can process them and so we can alchemize them, so we ultimately create the life and the experience it is that we desire, because our external reality simply reflects our internal reality. And if our internal reality, can't speak properly, if our internal reality is then our external reality is going to be like that. And we know that through the way that we feel. We know that through our energy, right? So I noticed this happening within me, all of these and then these feelings. And I was like, no, hey, wait, I'm in control of this. I'm in control of this. No, I'm actually grateful that I have legs right now. Even though they're walking slow and I don't want to walk slow, I'm grateful that I have legs. Legs that work, that are walking behind this slow walker. Legs that just work when I want them to work. And I don't really even need to think about it. I just get to move my legs when I want to, because that's how fucking amazing our bodies are. It just works. It just works. If you've got the complete remit for it, of course. If you haven't, then I truly believe that there is a way to make it work. There has been instances where people have healed themselves of that, of paralysis, of a broken back and all that. And you can go and look into that yourself. But yeah, there has been instances. Our body can heal itself. So I started to play with this, and I started to reprogram my mind, and I started learning. And this is the issue with many people, is they stop learning. School finishes and then they're just like, oh yeah, go to work, man. And the only time they ever really learn is through their job that they don't really like. And sometimes people will pick up hobbies and all of that and learn through that. But the real magic is learning about yourself, about the universe, about the higher power, about other people, and about how you can create your reality through external means, whatever that looks like, because there's various different ways and opportunities. I have an opportunity for you where you can build a business around yourself, a high ticket online business where you can work from anywhere, so long as you've got the internet, around yourself, around creating content, around leaning into your creative abilities. A done for you online business model that you can plug in with full training. I have that for you. So if that rings some bells for you and you're like, oh, that sounds exciting, I'll put the link I'll put the link in the bio, yeah? Or in the comments, depending on where this is. I'm currently filming this live on Facebook, but I'll put it on my YouTube channel. Anyway, these are the most important things that we must be learning. And most of the time people stop learning. The majority of people don't know how powerful they are because they haven't chosen to learn, because the schooling system has made them not want to learn, because apparently learning's not fun. But wow, learning is fucking amazing when we can create anything that we want out of it. I mean, look at my view right now. I've created this for myself. Now, this wasn't handed to me. This has taken a lot of work. I started my journey depressed and anxious, at my rock bottom in all of the ways, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. And I didn't even know that I was at my rock bottom. I only started my journey in the high ticket affiliate marketing world because of the finances, because I wanted to be free, because I was just done with being a slave to the system and not living in the way that I truly wanted. And then through this journey, I've subsequently gone on a deep, transformative, evolutionary healing journey that's allowed me to completely transform my life. And I shit you not, this has happened from the inside out. I haven't hustled for this. I've worked hard, yes, but I haven't hustled. I haven't sacrificed anything that's good for me. I've learned everything that I've just shared with you about myself and the universe and all of that stuff. And I've done the work to get out of my mind and into my heart and trust. And this is available for everyone. And this is why I speak and share the things that I do. And this is why I've created the Growth Shift membership. Hello, whoever's hopped on, sending you love. I hope you're well. Because this is available for everyone who commits to the life that they really want, who commits to their dreams. Because as much as people say, oh yeah, hustle culture, grinding, all of that. No, we don't have to hustle. We don't have to grind. Yeah, we have to work. Yeah, we have to show up for ourselves. We have to commit. We have to be dedicated to ourselves. We have to learn how to trust ourselves. We have to reclaim our power. That takes work. And it's not necessarily easy, but it's simple. It's simple. And like I said before, it starts with the mind. We can reprogram our mind. And it really comes down to that awareness of how we're thinking and how we're speaking and what we're saying. And also what we're putting into it. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What kinds of conversations are you having? How are they making you feel? Because if they're not making you feel good, then that's guidance to stop putting that in your mind and in your field. The aim of the game is to feel good. If you don't feel good, it's guidance towards what will make you feel good. And it's guidance towards what you get to focus on to move in the way that you desire, right? Now, the majority of people who are plugged into the narrative are watching the news. They're watching things on Netflix. They're watching dramas, suspense, thrillers, all of these things that create in our bodies and fear and scarcity and lack. Things that normalize trauma, things that normalize toxicity, things that normalize unhealthy ways of being and doing. So yeah, of course, if that's normalised, then it's normal. But then if we really come down to it, does it make us feel good? No, then it's not normal. It's not correct. So we get to shift that and we get to start consuming better things for us. And I share this not on a pedestal, right? I've been through it. I came from it. Like I said, I came from my rock bottom. I never used to care what I put in my body. I never used to care what I was eating. I never used to care what I was watching. And it's not that I didn't care. I just didn't think. I didn't know. But then once I learned, I started to shift things. Yeah, and this is a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a race. And it takes time to shed all of the toxic and unhealthy ways of being and doing. However, when we decide to approach our life with full awareness and consciousness, things can change, right? I'm living proof of that. So it starts with the mind and then it comes to the body. How are you looking after your body? How are you looking after your vessel? Your only forever home. This is your only forever home. So what are you putting in there? How are you moving it? And also, how are you listening to it? Because your body has so much guidance. Yeah? Maybe you've heard of the nervous system. Maybe you haven't. It's very important that we bring our nervous system back to baseline and we learn how to create safety within our body. and that we learn how to feel at home in our body, and that we learn how to love our body and respect our body and appreciate our body. The majority of people do not do that. They do not listen to their body. They do not love, appreciate and revere their body. Your body is a temple. Like I said, your body is your only home, your only forever home. When you do this for yourself, yeah, when you really come home to yourself and your body, then you feel at home anywhere that you are. And like I said, this is a process, and this really takes conscious self-awareness in the process. And I go into this much deeper in my membership. I'm going to keep saying this because there's so much in my membership, and it's forever evolving, it's forever expanding. I started my journey in 2017 in the high-ticket affiliate marketing world, desiring to build an online business, a freedom-based lifestyle business. And then through that, I was helping others build, and I still continue to help others build an online freedom business based around their personal brand. But then I came back to my passion and purpose in this lifetime of bringing people back to the power and the trust within themselves. And this is what the Growth Shift is. It's not just a platform that gives you everything you need to build a successful online business. It gives you everything that you need to build a successful life, to become your own coach, to become your own healer, to become your own mentor. Yes, I teach you and I guide you, but it's all down to you. You lead yourself towards it. No one's going to come and save you but you. No one is going to come and save you but you. You get to save yourself because you're powerful enough to do that. Yes, mentors and coaches and guides, they can support you, but you don't want to give your power away to them. Yeah, so anything that I say, don't take anything I say for face value. Listen to yourself, listen to your body, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And there's going to be various different points in our lives and in our journey where we will want to plug into different teachers, different healers, different mentors, different guides, and that's fine. Really all depends on where we're at in our journey. And I mean, sometimes we want to grow with the teacher that we initially plug into. And I've done that as well. I've had staple teachers and guides in my journey that I'm still plugged into now, because they're on a continual flex of evolution and ascension, and that's what I'm about. So if someone continues to grow and they grow at the speed that I do as well, then I'm cool. I still plug in, right? So when we get our mind and our body, and when we really learn how to create a positive, solution-focused, healthy foundation and world inside our mind, yeah, and then we can start to connect to our body and create safety within our body, safety and security and love and freedom and all of the good feelings. And once we do that, then we can really start to open the channels to our soul. I'm sure you've heard of mind, body and soul before, and that's how we create everything that we want in our life, is aligning mind, body and soul. And it's all very simple, not necessarily easy, because emotions are involved, shedding is involved, stretching our limits is involved, pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone is involved. But what's the alternative? Living a life that's not true to us? Living a life of struggle? Because we get to choose our hard, right? It really all depends on the hard we choose to choose. You choose easy, you live a hard life of struggle. You choose hard, like getting up and going to the gym 3-4 times a week. Having the hard conversations with people and sharing your vulnerabilities. Pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and putting yourself out there, even though you're nervous and scared and shaking. The first time I did a live video, I had all of the feels, and it was only 3 minutes long. Now I can speak for England on a video, and I hardly say and ah and and get stuck, because I've continually pushed myself out of my comfort zone. My first live video, I nearly cried, I was shaking, I was sweating for about 20 minutes after I finished the video. I felt like I was going to be sick, and I felt like I was going to poop. It was a lot, but I kept doing it because I knew that doing this was a way to create the life it was I desired, as well as at the same time supporting others in the process. Because that's what we get to do. We get to support others in our process by sharing our story. And as we share our story and as we share our growth, that ultimately serves our healing process as well, because then we let go of the shame. Then we let go of the guilt. We're only human. We're always doing the best we can with the tools that we have. Unfortunately, we're not really given very many tools to be human optimally through school, because they don't want us to. They don't want us to have that. Because if we have that, then we have our power. But what they want us to do, whoever they are, we can speculate, they want us to give our power away to outside sources. To them, to other people, to toxic relationships and all of that. No, we reclaim our power. And when we reclaim our power, we create everything that we want. And we live exactly how we desire. That's what we're doing. So it's all very simple. It's all very simple. And a huge thing that we really must remember is our external experience is a reflection of our internal experience. And that can be confronting. The ego wants to think that we're perfect. The ego wants to protect us. The ego wants to blame, criticize, and judge. It's their fault. They made me feel this way. This, that, meh, meh. That doesn't help anything. That doesn't help anyone. The fact of the matter is, in whatever given situation, relationship, experience, you played your part. We all have played our part. So what did we allow? Where did we not set our boundaries? Where did we not communicate effectively? Where did we not communicate from love? And when we come back to our heart, it's coming back to love. But the most important thing is that it's coming back to harmony for ourselves. And yes, that's hard, especially if we're moving away from toxic and unhealthy relationships. Because when we start to create harmony within our life and within ourselves and within our experience, that can meet some resistance from them because they might not be ready, and that's okay. If they're not ready, cool. They are where they are. We get to protect ourselves and move away from it. We get to protect ourselves and create a safe container and experience for ourselves. An exit and distance with love. Wishing them the best. I bliss your healing. But I know what's best for me. No one can tell you what's best for you but you. No one. You get to create everything it is that you ever desired. It's simply a case of taking accountability and ownership and responsibility for where you're at now, the things that you've done to create where you're at now, where you want to go, and the things you need to do to get to where you want to go. The way you get to be, the things you need to do, the things you need to shed, let go of. Because for you to call in the expanded version of life it is that you desire, for you to call in more, whether that is more money, more safety, more love, more security, more nourishment, more kindness, you have to create space for that to come in. Because if there's no space, how can you expect it to come? Because there's no space. It's like thinking of going into a crowded room. You can't fit there, right? So you must create space in your life, space in your mind, space in your heart, space in your home, tidy in your home, space in your bank accounts. Being aware of what's going through your bank accounts, where your money's going, space everywhere, not running away, looking in the mirror, all of the things. And it's confronting. I get it, it's confronting. And it continues to be, and it will continue to be, because this is a lifelong journey, right? Because the human experience, as we expand, we desire to expand more. as we rise, we desire to rise more. That's just the way of it. And that's what makes life fun, yeah? That's what causes us to continue to really feel alive, yeah? I remember when I was numb. And I was so numb, I wanted to numb myself from my numbness by putting a load of alcohol and drugs in my body. That wasn't a fun way to live. I mean, it felt fun at the time, getting high off my face. It didn't feel great after. And in the long run, I didn't feel great. And now I'm at a point where I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't rely on it. I've become so conscious in my relationship with it. I stopped drinking alcohol for like a year and a half, and now I'm at a stage where I can just really enjoy a glass of wine and not need any more. I don't need drink or drugs to enjoy my life, because life is fucking phenomenal. Have you seen it? Do you ever just go out into nature and just enjoy it? Or look at your animals and just, wow. Or look at yourself and just, wow. And coming back to love for yourself is very important as well. Whoa, if you don't love yourself, that is a very, 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 very important place to start. Because people will treat you the way that you treat yourself. You set a precedent. So if you don't love yourself, if you don't nourish yourself, if you don't respect yourself, if you don't value yourself, don't expect everyone else to, because you're not doing it for yourself. And you know, at first, when you start this journey, it's a case of setting boundaries, right? And that those boundaries, you have to set them and say them. But then it gets to a point where you become so strong in your power, in your energetic field, that you don't even need to say it anymore. People just get it because of the way that you carry yourself, because of the power that you've built in your energetic field. They just know. And it's not that you've built a fearful kind of power. That's not the kind of power we're talking about. No, it's this grounded, anchored power of, no, don't fuck with me. Polly agrees. So you are the creator of your reality. Your life is what you make it, right? And you get to choose. You're always in control, and you get to choose to be the hero in your journey, in your story, in your book, in your movie, in your game, the winner, yeah? Or you get to choose to be the victim or the loser. And what does the victim and the loser do? Blames. Meh, meh. It's your fault, it's their fault. I'm there because of their. This is them. That's the victim, that's the loser. It's your fault. It's your fault I haven't got any confidence. It's your fault that I'm feeling this way. No, it's not, love. Come on. I might have triggered something in you. That doesn't mean that it was my intention. That doesn't mean that I don't love you. That doesn't mean that I was trying to hurt you. The trigger's medicine, yeah? The activation, the negative activation internally is medicine, because it's guiding you back to yourself and where you get to do the healing and the growth work. This is where taking full ownership and accountability is, in the way that you're feeling. I feel this way because of this. Okay, why? Where is that coming from? Because there's a root. And typically it comes from childhood, where we felt not worthy, unloved, abandoned, whatever. And then what we get to do is we get to go deep into that root to alchemize and reframe and change the story and reparent. This is the work. This is the work. And when we blame others, when we're in our victim mind, we're giving our power away and we're not changing our reality. We're cementing that reality. We're anchoring in that reality. And the reason why we're blaming and criticising and moaning is because we don't want it. Okay, well, you don't want it, change it by going within. by doing the work. That's it. That's it. It's simple. I really have nothing else that I want to say, and I share all of this, and different expressions come out, and different sarcasm points come out, because I love you. Yeah, I'm just expressing where I'm coming from. I share what I do, and I give my heart and my full expression and my time because I love you, and I want the best for you. But I can't do the work for you. I can just share my frequency in the hope that something clicks and you wish to change things. And you either wish to go deeper with me and learn from me in my membership or closer proximity work, or you go and learn from someone else. It's all down to you. Whatever you choose, I trust is best for you. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Is there anything else? You've got the power. You've got all of the power. Don't ever allow anyone to think that you haven't got the power. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you are less than. Don't ever let anyone tell you who you are or how to be or what to do. Take time and space to be with yourself, build a relationship with yourself, and listen to yourself, to know yourself. Because when you know yourself, other people's projections, they won't affect you because you know who you are. And anyone that's just them talking about them, because they can see certain aspects in you about them that they don't like, and they're not taking full ownership and accountability that they're, it's nothing to do with you. Yeah, that's been a huge fucking thing that I've had to learn on my journey. A huge thing, especially as a reflector. Fuck. And if you don't know anything about your human design, go look it up. It's really going to support you. I'm a 5-1 reflector, and I have a gate of friction. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey. Wow. Trust yourself, know yourself. This isn't coffee, by the way. I don't drink coffee. It's not good for us. It's got mold in it. That's why it dehydrates us. And for women, it's really not good for our hormones. That's matcha and cacao with maca root, ginger, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, vanilla, honey. Did I put anything else in there? And milk. That's my morning drink. So yeah, you have all the power. You hold you hold all the power. We've just been trained to give our power away, and the whole process of creating the life that we really truly desire is reclaiming our power over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's through steps, it's through layers, because doing it all at once, it's just going to fucking blow our brains out. Yeah? So it takes time. And that's okay. It's a marathon, it's not a race. And everything is perfect. Everything is divine. The important thing is to keep going, is to keep standing up, and is to keep trusting. You are a warrior. This is why you're still listening to this right now, because you are a warrior. You are connected to my frequency. I am a warrior. You are a warrior. We are warriors here to support the rays in the consciousness of humanity, the vibration of the planet. And we do that through this work that I'm sharing with you. And when we do that, life transforms. Oh God, it's so magical. It's so magical. And this is why I share what I do, because my life used to be so in all areas, and because of my commitment to this work, my life has become so magical, so loving, so nourishing, so just out of this world. Wow. And this is available for everyone who's willing and ready to face themselves and look in the mirror and do the work and take ownership, accountability, responsibility, and move and show up. Am I done? Yeah, I'm done. I love you so much. I'll see you on the next video, okay?